For years I tried to learn video editing by watching tutorials that looked impressive but explained very little. I would finish a video knowing which buttons were pressed but not why they were used. Each time I opened DaVinci Resolve I felt like I was guessing instead of editing. Most beginners' tutorials focus on effects and shortcuts, not real understanding. That leaves people confused and dependent on copying others. I realized beginners don't need more tricks, they need clarity. This channel was created in order to show you that DaVinci is not so dangerous. You can accept it as a course if you like, but I think it's more like guidelines of what is hidden and what can help you in video editing. Here we go in depth into tools hidden in menus and manuals, explained clearly and practically. You'll learn how the software actually works step by step. The goal is to help you confidently edit your own videos, start a channel or build a video editing business. So, let's go! When most people open DaVinci Resolve for the first time, they feel overwhelmed. There are many buttons, panels and menus visible at the same time, and none of them explain themselves. Beginners often think they are supposed to understand everything immediately. That creates pressure and confusion before editing even starts. DaVinci Resolve is professional software and it shows many tools at once, because different jobs happen at the same program. The important thing to understand is that you don't need all of those tools at the same time. Each part of the interface has a specific responsibility and you only use what you need for the task you are doing. In this video we are not trying to learn every tool. We are simply learning what each area is for, so the screen stops feeling random and reduces confusion and builds a clear foundation before moving forward. Once the interface makes sense, learning editing becomes much easier. So let's open our DaVinci Resolve. So, this screen is called the Project Manager, and it's the first thing you'll see when DaVinci Resolve opens. A project in DaVinci Resolve is not a video file. It's not. A project is a container that holds everything related to your work, including timelines, colors, audio, settings. When you see thumbnails here, you're not seeing videos, you're seeing projects. Each project can contain multiple timelines and many versions of the same edit. This is important because deleting a project removes all of that work at once. At the bottom of this window, you'll find the button to create a new project. When you open an existing project, DaVinci Resolve loads everything exactly as you left it. You can rename projects, duplicate them or delete them directly from this screen. This window is also where DaVinci Resolve organizes projects using databases, which you don't need to manage manually as a beginner. For now, you only need to understand that this screen is where projects live, not the media files. Once you open or create a project, you move into the main editing interface, which we'll look at next. For this moment, let's start from top to bottom. On top we have three buttons: local, network and cloud. This is where our projects live. Local means on your computer hard drive. It can be PC, MacBook, external hard drive connected to your computer. Network is the local network like server that you have access to. And cloud, most probably you already familiar, project live on the cloud service databases on Blackmagic Design servers. You can access them from any computer as long as you know your credentials to log in. Let's continue with the next options. From right to left, the first one is search. You can search by name, also have filters, options by name, format and notes. Next is list view and thumbnail view, or maybe grid view. Here all is clear. Next is an information button that shows additional information about the project below the project title, like resolution, timeline, date modified. Next we have a sort button. You can order projects by name, date modified, or timelines, or format, or frame rate. In the grid view, we have a slider where you can adjust the size of the project's thumbnail. Next button is copy project to. When marking a project and clicking the button, DaVinci will open a window to choose where to create a copy of the chosen project. Next we have created a new folder. You can organize your project in the folders if they have something in common, because a project is not a timeline, it's a container with info like footages, audio, graphics, logos, proxy files, cache files, settings, and more and more and more. So, now we know how to create a project. Let's see what DaVinci Resolve workstation looks like, and basically is divided into three main sections: top level menus, bottom tabs, and the tab interfaces. How this works compared to other programs? The main idea is all the same for all programs. It's just look different for every company. Basically, to create a video, what we need: the footage itself, sound or music, or maybe both, color adjustment like in Photoshop, and maybe we also need somewhere to create our own motion graphics and effects. These are basic needs to create a video. The Blackmagic Design team took care to provide all that needs to be accomplished in one program, but in different tabs which are located at the bottom of the program. We'll familiarize with them, and later on we'll dive deeper, so you know what and how to use them. First we start with Media tab. Here we have PC directories, so we can access our files. The middle window is a video previewer, and the next window is a sound meter or mixer. Once we choose files that want to be included in the project, we add it into the media pool. Media pool is basically where DaVinci takes files to use them. Next tab is Cut tab. Once we add a file in the media pool, we need to create a timeline so DaVinci is able to reproduce the final result. Top left is our media pool, top right is the footage preview window, and bottom area is our timeline. Here we can start to cut our footage and remove unwanted parts. You can add as many as you want footage, images, etc. Next one is the Edit tab. Here we have more options to edit, like our footages and sounds. The left window is footage preview. The right window is a timeline preview, and the bottom window is our timeline. This is the place where we can add more tracks like video, images, sounds, and more, in order to make our video more dynamic and catch viewers' attention. Next tab is Fusion tab, and this is the tab where the magic happens. If we need to create animation, motion, effects, this is the place where we can achieve this. Maybe you question what are those rectangles connected by arrows. They are called nodes, and we'll talk about them later. Next one is Color tab. Maybe heard somewhere like color correction or color grading. This is the method where we change colors in order to correct mismatched effects, or just to apply certain color mood depending on the scene. Left window is footage preview. Right rectangle is called node, which represent different instances of the footage. And if you want to apply different effect correction, you attach to that instance. Of course, we'll check them later in detail, so you'll be able to correct your footages by yourself. Bottom menu are options that you can adjust, like color wheel, HDR wheel, motion tab, curves, color wrapper, qualifier, you can create mask and more and more and more. Next tab is Fairlight tab. This is your music studio place where you can adjust the sound of your video. You can add effects, equalizer, and everything related to the music and sound. Top left represents sound like mixer. Right window gives you a small area where you can watch your video. At the bottom part is a timeline related to the sound only. You can add more tracks if you need, and you will for sure. And finally, when we are ready with our video, we need to render and export the video itself. And this is the final tab. This is the delivery tab. This small rocket right here. Basically here we set different options, choose codecs and format of our video. Don't worry if all look messy now, it's pretty normal if you see this for first time. The purpose of this video is to familiarize the video editor, and later on we will dive deeper in our menus. We will do live editing, so everything will make sense. I hope this lesson helped you feel more comfortable opening DaVinci Resolve and understanding what you're looking at. The foundation is important because editing becomes much easier once the interface makes sense. If this video provided value, the next step is learning how to properly start a project. In the next lesson, we'll cover how to import video, organize it correctly, and relink files when something goes missing. So, see you there!